Are you sick or tired of people piece controlling you and killing you very quickly? If so, continue watching this video to find out how to counter piece control. Okay, so the first tip to counter piece control is just to spray and pray. You can never go wrong with just spraying and praying because there's a 50-50 chance of you winning or losing. So in my opinion, I think that risk is worth taking because there's not much you could do when you're stuck through all your opponent's build pieces. And especially if they got a stair blocking you, they'll just Mongol classic you and then you'll be dead. So what the opponent will do is just piece control you and then get the stair there, and then they'll just edit and then they'll get their shotgun and shoot you. So when the opponent edited their wall and is just about to Mongol classic you, so before they Mongol classic you, you could just spray into them and then finish them off really quickly. They can still shotgun you while you're spraying. There's not much you could do when they're about to Mongol classic you, so it's just best to just take the risk. And the best thing about this tip is that it's so simple to do, pretty much anyone could do it. You don't even have to be skillful with an SMG or an AR. All you have to do is literally just shoot and hope for the best. And you can also jump and crouch when you're spraying your opponent because it'll make it way harder for the opponent to hit you. And you want to do anything to increase your chance in winning that fight. The second tip is a very simple tip that a lot of players forget about, and that is to place cones inside your box and above your box. So yeah, this tip is really simple. Just place cones inside your box and above your box. Placing it above your box will allow you to get double piece control, and it will also give you double protection. And the cone inside your box stops your opponent from placing stairs or cones inside your box, which will allow them to get piece control over you, and then it will make it way easier for them to kill you. So placing this cone here will stop your opponent from piece controlling you, which will most likely save you from getting killed by your opponent. So for example, if I edit this, it won't allow me to place a cone or a stair in this place since there is already a cone. So now I can't piece control the person inside. But say this cone wasn't here, I can easily edit this wall and then place a stair and then edit it and then do a Mongol classic on the opponent and then just shoot him. Or I could just edit this wall and then place a cone, and then it'll stop the opponent from placing a stair to protect themselves. So make sure you never forget to place this cone in the middle. And then if the opponent takes your wall and tries to make an edit play on you, all you have to do is edit the front two tires to make it a stair to give you extra protection. And then afterwards you can edit from 4 different directions to get out of this situation. You can edit from the right side, you can edit from the left side, you can double edit above, or you could just edit from behind. So you got 4 different directions you can get out of just because you edited the front 2 tires of this cone. So you can see why placing a cone or a stair inside your box is very useful because it stops your opponent from piece controlling you. And it's the same from the top. Placing a cone at the top of your box allows you to get double piece control and it gives you double protection. So it's very useful as well. The third tip is like 2 tips in one, and they are to always be aware of where your opponent is and to always track them and be aware of what build pieces you own. So if you're unaware of what build pieces you own, the opponent can sneakily walk up to your box, take your wall, and then make an edit play on you. So by knowing which build pieces you own and where your opponent is, it'll stop your opponent from randomly piece controlling you without you knowing. And by tracking your opponent at all times, if your opponent makes an edit play, you can quickly identify where your opponent is and take a high damage shot on them, which will force them to box up and heal up, which will stop them from trying to piece control you. This is a really difficult tip, I would say, but over time you'll naturally be able to do all these things. So just keep looking at what build pieces you own and keep tracking your opponent and don't let them out of your sight. And then eventually doing all this stuff will become second nature. Okay, so the fourth tip might sound a bit weird, but it is to piece control your opponent while they are piece controlling you. So let me explain what I mean by this. So say you're in there and I'm the opponent, I'll be trying to piece control you like this. So before your opponent breaks your wall, what you want to first do is obviously place a cone so that they can't piece control the middle of your box. And then when your opponent is trying to break your wall, as soon as they break your wall, what you want to do is quickly place a stair instead of trying to get your wall. And then if the opponent takes your wall, it's fine because they'll be blocked off and it'll give you time to escape from all the other directions. So this may not be the most effective way to counter piece control, but as long as it works, it is quite useful because sometimes you can't do the other counter piece control techniques, and then this counter piece control technique will be useful. So yeah, this works to counter your opponent's piece control because it can block off your opponent and stop their entire play. So this tip is basically fighting piece control with piece control. The final technique is to own as many build pieces as possible. So for example, if you build up once, what you could do then if you have a lot of mats is to place cones and floors all around the area to get more piece control. By doing this, your opponent cannot build in these places, which will allow you to stop them from piece controlling you. You can also just place walls and then edit them, and you can just do this as much as you want. And literally you can carry on the cycle by placing cones and floors above as well. This is a really good technique to use, but be aware that it does take a lot of mats, so make sure you have a lot of spare mats before you do this. You can also just do this on the floor as well and just randomly place cones, which will stop them from placing cones or stairs to piece control you. And obviously you could place walls as well and then just edit them, and you do this as much mats you have to spare. So if you don't have a lot of mats, don't do this too much. You could still do it, but don't overdo it. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful. If you did find it useful, be sure to drop a like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell to never miss out on any new amazing Fortnite videos I upload. And be sure to comment down below, let me know any video ideas that you have that you'd like me to make. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.